and sort of technically, prior to Shell, only grandson. The only one really that can carry the Wolf name.
Yeah.
Unless Adam has another kid.
girls.
You and Adam.
But not till you're 30.
But within our family, you are the one that can carry the name.
Yeah.
But you know, having had the pleasure of watching you grow from the young little shit
To the oldest.
that where I joked semi-facetiously that you would be the youngest millionaire in this country with a prison record.
Still get that.
'Cause I absolutely.
That is
the
funny.
way he would, hack the passwords and stuff like that.
Oh, he did a lot more than that.
Yeah, but somehow you grew before that happened. And as time has evolved, going to Pineview, and then he understood your desire to pursue medical research. But then out of the clear blue, it's like Grandma and I think everyone else is probably shocked that he founded the Film Society. It's like, oh, where'd that come from? And Joshua used to say that all he wanted was to have basically a workstation in the back of the lab somewhere where he could just do his stuff and not have to deal with the people. And then he starts the Pineview Film Society, and their first event is up there on the stage with the podium in front of him, addressing 100 people as if it was nothing. So comfortable. And then when I commented to Joshua about, I don't know about you being in the back of this lab, he says, well, I've changed my thoughts there. I'm just going to own my lab.
Yeah.
And then showed more guts than I ever would have had, and probably any of us, to get up in front of an audience and, despite the fact you can't carry a tune, sing.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Well, that's because he was so quiet.
I will admit that
That's because
He's a good singer.
That was because of two things, Marilyn.
He's a good singer.
Number one, you have a hearing problem,
bad.
and number two, he was singing very quietly, so we couldn't hear him.
Should have sung quieter.
But the fact that you got up there to do that, I mean, is a confidence and an independence that's
Loving can
to be
hurt.
admired. It really is. And then zooming through, your 4 years and getting into Stanford is.
And
Still waiting for that time when I can just say it.
I
Go, Mom. What are
I
you gonna...
squirted out an ant. I said it was really nice to see the creative side of you, because very rarely someone of your, I don't know, intelligence, they're not really creative into the arts, but just when you created your movies and stuff like that was amazing. I mean, I wanted to jump in and help. I mean, because that's, I mean, the way you did it and the way it's been every year now, and you started with tradition,
Yeah.
that's pretty amazing.
And at Stacy's wedding,
Oh my God.
when Mike,
I believe it.
unbeknownst to all of us, when Mike sort of told a guest that he had there, a woman who's a doctorate in something, and she teaches for decades. She's been teaching people in school from college, from undergraduate levels up to doctorate levels. and she gave me a compliment because she came over to me towards the end of the evening, introduced herself, and said, "Are you Joshua's father?" So I went, "Oh, thank you." But she started to talk, and I said, "Hold on a second, I got to get Joshua's dad here."
So good, Dad.
And she went on to talk about how she meets somebody that has the it factor about once every 5 years, and that night she met that once every 5 year person.
Do you want some?
No, I just don't know which one. Go ahead.
This is mine.
Go.
All right, that's wait.
Sorry.
No,
Doesn't
that-
matter. Go ahead.
I used to like you,
It doesn't
No,
matter.
this is yours. I think.
Okay.
but she said that that night she had met that once every 5 year person, and she said what was amazing is that those people are almost always have tunnel vision. All they know, all they see, all they can do is what their aspirations are, the technical side. She said, but he is grounded, he likes music, he likes family, he's got a sense of humor, sports. She said it's so rare to have somebody that is that grounded. And so the compliments, and what was really cool is because you were flying back with us that evening, but the next day you were flying back with Grandma and me, and I asked you if you had heard what she had said, and you hadn't. And when I replayed what she said, it's like, you're so humble about it. It was like, yeah, well, that's nice. And I'd say, so tell me, what were you and this woman talking about? And Josh will go, stuff. I go, stuff? Like what stuff? And he said, well, quantum mechanics or quantum physics. And now, see, I don't have any idea what quantum physics is, but I wasn't going to let Joshua know that, so I sort of bluffed and I went, quantum physics. So specifically, what about quantum physics were you discussing? And he went, stuff. I said, Joshua, specifically. And he said, something like particle detanglements. Is that it? Something like that. And I said, what is that? He says, well, we're going to have the ability at some point in time, if we can harness this, to have something that travels many times the speed of light. And I said, the speed of light's 186,500 miles a second. Why do we need something faster? And he said, well, think about the moon probe, the Mars probe, and it's millions of miles away, so you've got the probe moving along, and it's sending back images, but it's taking time to get those images. In the meantime, before we get that image, that probe could crash into a boulder. So here we'd have something that's so responsive that, and he explained it in simple terms, which was really cool. And so the whole process from the little kid that drove my sister's girls crazy. We'd be at a function. And this, I don't know if you remember. We'd be at a function, well, like Neely's, I don't know, graduation or something. But we're up there, and the girls would come to me, Nicole and Nikki and Blake. They'd come to me, Popo, please protect us from Joshua. He's biting our legs. And that was Joshua.
Feel
Torture. But anyway, you've grown from there to where you are now, and who knows what it's going to be like in the future. But as you branch out and go out on your own, we're excited for you. We're really, really proud of you. We love the heck out of you.
All right.
Cheers.
Nice guy. Cheers. All right.
All this stuff, you know, was so awful before.
Boy, that is the longest, most rambling toast I ever did.
That would be so
Wait, I need
10 minutes and 13 seconds.